We got some Texans in the house. We got a few Texans. Howdy, y'all.
I picked up my Texas visa just a few hours ago, baby.
Did you get your cowboy hat too?
I thought exactly. And my boots, and my boots.
Yeah, you gotta with the Spurs though. You gotta have the Spurs.
Hey, we want to welcome everyone back, guys. Sometimes you gotta step back to re-energize, to refocus, to realign, and really just how we thought about turning the switch off, we decided to turn the switch back on. And Wednesday, I was on the phones, I was making calls, folks. I was on the phones making calls, and I said, man, for many, many years, I've been with Landvoice, and they've been great to me. They've been great to my team. They've shown us great ways to create success, create listing opportunities. And then I reached out to JC and Shane, and I said, man, what about if we brought Landvoice on? And they said, we've been using them too. And then I said, man, I'm going to go for it. Guys, understand, go for it. Today, go for it. Go speak to that seller. Go speak to that buyer. Go speak to that FISBO that expired. Just go for it. Guys, I asked, and they said yes. They even said, we'll do the flyer. We'll do the promotion. We'll be on. Guys, so understand, it's all about taking action. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and welcome our speaker for today, the Mr. CRO of Landvoice, Chris. Chris, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. So excited. Thank you.
Amazing. I see you have a guest in the room as well. I'll let you go ahead and introduce her or him also.
Thank you so much, Shane. Thank you, Jeff. We have Kristen also with us. She's going to be monitoring the chat, I hope, and answer a couple of questions there. If she's not a co-host, can you make her a co-host, please, Jeff?
I am on it.
Thank you.
Guys, grab your pens, grab your papers.
All right. Am I good to go?
The floor is yours.
All right. Let's share the screen here. Well, welcome everybody. I think this is super exciting what you guys are doing. It's the first time that I hear about a global role play. Usually that's with one accountability partner, right? You guys do it globally, and that is exciting. And thank you for having me on today. Let me introduce myself really quick. My name is Christoph Malzl. I'm CRO at Landvoice, and I have been CRO for 10 years now. Landvoice has been in the industry for 30 years as a top lead provider in the nation, and the first company to really provide the contact information for your motivated buyers and sellers, like Jeff said earlier, like FISBOs, expires, and so on. And there's a lot more. The point why we are here today is because those type of lead sources are crucial right now. I would say for 2023, that is the first year since COVID that is, in my opinion, it's essential to have a data provider that gives you that contact information, because it's not enough anymore just to talk to those that you know. If you want to grow your business in 2023, you do have to talk to those people that you don't know yet, if you want to grow your business, right? So I'm also a licensed agent. I hung my license with EXP Realty, and I'm excited that I have a lot of EXP agents here on this call today as well. Yes. All right. I invite you to participate. Click the chat box. Fire it up. I mean, ask questions. If you don't want to ask on chat, text me personally. I promise I will get back to you personally. I don't know what time of the day, but during business hours today, text me at 801-227-9909, and I will make myself available to each one of you. Also, you can take notes. Sometimes people don't know, can I take a screenshot? Is it copyrighted? Or can I record it? Yes, you can. Everything that we share with you today, we want you to take notes and share, because it's so important to have the scripts available that are working right now. If you are getting on the phone, if you're shooting text messages, it's important to be compliant when you do that. So we have all that knowledge at Landvoice. What can you do? What can't you do? What's working? What's not working? Today, what I'm going to share with you is really what the top agents across the country right now are doing to get back to what they were used to, of doing those over 100 transactions a year. And even if you just do 10% of that, for some of you, that would already be huge to have like 10 extra transactions a year than what you normally are doing. So make sure to download also the dialogues and the videos that I'm sharing with you today. We have a special website for that. Do that. Don't do it right now. Do it after the webinar. Landvoice.com/free downloads. I don't want you to be too distracted right now. We're going to have 2 sections in this training. The first section is super exciting for everybody. How can I get more listings right now? We're going to go for about 35 minutes for that section. Okay, so be ready to, don't hop off. You're going to miss important parts. The second section is going to be, how can I turn a listing into another one? So now we're talking about doubling any activity that we generate. Like if we generate like 2 listing appointments, how can I turn those into 4? And that will be for the last 10 minutes. So we're going to go for 45 minutes with the training. We're going to dive into the 5 easiest and most predictable listing sources to get listings right now. Okay, what is easy, what's predictable? That is something that's duplicatable across the nation. It doesn't apply only to those people on the East Coast. It's the same on the West Coast. It's the same in the Midwest, the same in Utah, where I'm from. Those 5 lead sources are back everywhere. And the first one that we're going to focus on, guys, is daily expireds. Why daily expireds? During COVID, we didn't have very many, right? Remember in 2020, 21, they came back in 21, but in 20, almost everything that came on the market sold quickly. That is not the case anymore. I'm going to show you in a second why it has changed and how it has changed. Now, daily expireds are the ideal lead source. I love them for 2 reasons. One is they want to sell the house. So now I have a motivated seller. And they want to pay commission. So they want to use me, right? That's the attitude that I have when I call them. They need me. So did you guys know that 82% of expireds end up listing with the very first agent that contacts them? That's what NAR tells us. So it's not like a lot of agents believe, oh, it's probably the agent with the biggest marketing budget or with the biggest team, or with the most years in the industry. So I leave it up to those type of agents. It's not me. I'm a new agent. What can I do with expireds? Not so. 82% list with the first agent, whether he's a new agent or she's a new agent, or not a seasoned agent, right? It doesn't matter. So here's how it works with Landvoice. Jeff told you earlier, that he has been using Landvoice for a long time. This is what you see. The platform that we're introducing you to today, if you haven't seen that already, is super user-friendly. Anybody can learn that platform like within 20 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes. So what you see when you log into Landvoice, you see on the left side, an icon. It says, take me to. In this case, I clicked on expireds. And what I'm seeing right now is the phone number for my expireds. And some of you are saying, hooray, I didn't know that there's a service that provides you the phone numbers for expireds, because as you know, in the MLS, you do not have phone numbers for homeowners. All you have is what? Right, the phone numbers for the previous agent. And that doesn't help you much, does it? So now you get the phone numbers and you can see the arrow pointing to D and C. So we indicate if a number is actually on the do not call registry or not. And that's why we give you up to 3 numbers, so that you most of the time have 1 number that you can legally and safely call or text. And you heard me saying text. Yes, do not call also applies to texting. You should not call a number on the do not call registry. There could be a fine up to $40,000. So it is actually very important that you have a data provider that scrubs every number that you call of a homeowner before you call it against the do not call registry. Otherwise, you would have to do that on your own. And as most of you hopefully have been taught, don't do stuff on your own that other people can do for you, right? Your time is too valuable to do those routine activities. It's very inexpensive to have a data provider that does it all for you. So you're ready first thing in the morning to make those phone calls. We also scrub every lead against the MLS. So you don't have to go back before the MLS, between MLS and Landvoice. It shows you the status right here: expired, withdrawn, canceled, pending, active, sold. We found that our clients love that, because what does it do? It puts them first to that client, because now they don't have to waste time every morning to do that type of research on top of finding phone numbers, on top of scrubbing against the do not call registry. And then finally, we provide you a calendar, which now sets you apart from any other agent, because now you can go back and find those older expireds. That is like fine wine, right? The older they get, the more they have struggled and they still haven't found an agent or relisted, the better, the easier that lead is to really introduce them to you and get them under contract. Now, timing is really everything, in my opinion, and what we found with Landvoice. The first of the month is the biggest expired month of every day of the month. Write this down. It's really important. August 1st coming up, you will have, I don't care which MLS you are, you will have 3 to 4 times as many expires on that particular day than in any other day of the month. And why is that? Because contracts typically expire on the 30th or 31st. So naturally on the 1st, you have more expires. Now you want to be the first to contact every day, all right? If you call every day, and I would recommend you do that, either call or text. I actually text quite a few, and I'll show you later what I text them to get the most appointments. The time that I choose is 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so in your particular time zone, be ready by 8. Some of you want to call by 8. I usually call at 8:30. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, that's my expire time, no matter what. That is it. Now, when you call, make sure you lead with value. Don't just advertise yourself right away. Yes, I get it. We are all excited as agents. We want to get the listing. We want to tell them what went wrong with the last agent. That is not the best strategy, however. You have to invest a little time in leading with value. And here's a script that works great with top agents across the country. Let me just tell you one thing that might surprise you. If our clients invest 1 hour a day in reaching out to new motivated sellers like expires for sale by owners, they typically set 1 listing appointment every day, even if they have just 1 hour. It's all about the script. It's about the approach, how quickly you're there with them, how good are the phone numbers, right? So imagine 1 listing appointment a day. How would that change your life? Commission-wise, it is huge. For a lot of agents, that means $2 million a year. Now, let's go through the script. Hi, this is Christoph. I'm a realtor with EXP Realty. I'm calling you first thing this morning to let you know today is not going to be your normal day, because you're going to get a lot of calls today. The reason why is your listing expired as of midnight last night. Did your previous agent tell you this would happen? And note that I say previous agent, because a lot of them don't even know that they're not under contract anymore with that particular agent who until yesterday had the home under contract. So did they tell you what would happen? Or they all say, I don't know what you're talking about. Why is today different? Or no, they didn't tell me anything. Well, I'm going to give you a couple important tips that will really help to get you through today and the rest of the week. In my estimate, today alone, you get about 30 to 50 calls on every phone number an agent can find for you. And that includes your spouse and your children, if you have them. So are you ready? Take some notes. Do you have a piece of paper? Take notes of those tips. Guys, they're going to take you seriously. Notice that you did not ask for the listing. You didn't sound like desperate to get a listing from them or tell them what went wrong with the previous agent. You just want to protect them, the privacy from the phone numbers, that the phone number is all over now. Okay, so tip number 1. I tell them to record a voicemail on their cell phone and inform every agent that calls you that your listing expired. You appreciate if they stop calling because you already are interviewing your top 2 agents. Okay, that sounds maybe, okay, of course they would do that anyway. Most expireds don't have that voicemail. Now, when they do that, when they record that voicemail, that will really help them. Other agents that call just half an hour later will know that this agent has been coached and they will scratch them off the list. So you minimize your competition while warming up that expired to you. Tip number 2, inform the homeowner that the number is not on the National Do Not Call Registry, and recommend that they do not go to donotcall.gov and register all their numbers. I typically text them www.donotcall.gov. That's how easy it is. It's free. Register all your numbers. Again, when they do that, you block the competition while warming them up to you. That is the whole idea, right? Blocking the competition, warming them up to you, gaining their trust. And there's no better way to gain the trust if you tell them, put your numbers on the do not call. All right, huge tip. We actually got that from one of the top producers, this tip of EXP, and they're doing phenomenal with that. Now we're gonna lead into securing the listing appointment. We're gonna do that without ever asking for a listing appointment. We don't use the word listing appointment, okay? Instead, what we say, I have a side-by-side analysis ready that outlines what I would do better than the agent who let the listing expire. I took a look at the photos and I noticed, there's a lot of room for improvement. Typically, there's always a reason why a listing expires. It often has to do with either the photos or the description. It didn't get the attention in the market that it should have gotten. There was no drone video. There was no call capture recording. There was no virtual tour. Put all of that in your report and simply say this. I have this report ready. I would love to drop it by. Can I come by right now, or would this afternoon or evening work better for you? I personally like to say afternoon or evening because I still time block my time in the morning. The first 2 hours are sacred. I don't drop off anything at that time. I usually reserve it for the afternoon or evening. I give them 3 choices though, right? Should I drop it off right now, or would this afternoon or evening work better for you? Typically, they pick the afternoon or evening because that's when their spouse is home if they have one. They have a little bit more time. They're done with work. And when you come by, again, don't say, hey, I have a listing presentation ready. Simply go over the report. And naturally, organically, it turns into your listing presentation. You tell them how you market their home, what you would do better, right? They just don't know that they're just interviewing you right now to be their next agent. My typical client who does this gets about 2 to 3 transactions a month just from being consistent with daily expireds, and they get their phone numbers from Landvoice. Now that is makes a huge difference for most of you, right? 2 extra transactions a month. And that's not even enough because we're not done yet. Remember, we have 5 lead sources that we're tackling every day, and we're time blocking for each. The first half an hour I do expireds. Then I'm gonna challenge you to make about 5 phone calls to old expireds. If you focus on old expireds right now, you're opening yourself to a world where you can prospect without any competition. That is a niche that came out of COVID. We didn't have it very strong before. COVID actually created the opportunity for old expireds. I'm going to show you exactly why. Old expireds are those that gave up on the market when inventory was higher and home prices were a lot lower. Those are the ideal old expireds. They may not know the current value of the home. You have no competition, and here's why. In average, the home value in the United States right at the beginning of COVID was $244,000. Now, what I'm showing you now happened everywhere. And some of you are laughing. You say 244. Put a 0 or put a couple of zeros next to that. We have like $2 million homes in our area. Well, good for you. It's even better. That home value appreciated in the last 3 years to $348,000. It rose by 43%. So in other words, when somebody expired during COVID, today they get $104,000 more for the home in average. When you go to the home, show them a graph. We will show you how you can actually pull that graph from the internet for any zip code, any area within seconds. You don't have to custom create everything. You just type in a couple numbers and there you are. Now I can show them, when you try to sell your home in 2020, or let's say 21, your home value was right here. Then something happened that hasn't happened in the history of your home ever. You had the steepest appreciation in the shortest amount of time. And right now the market is changing. It's flattening out, it's dropping down, it's coming up a little bit again. Your home is still at the highest value it has ever been. So when is a better time to sell? Was it 2 years ago or was it today? Right? So they can really see, oh my gosh, of course, we want to put it in the market right now before something changes. So I'm going to show you now the opportunity of daily expireds versus old expireds. With daily expireds, yes, you have amazing opportunities. You also have competition that goes against it, right? That tries to list with them also in the morning. You're not the only one who's trying to call in the morning. The opportunity you have with Landvoice is you have the right phone number. So you can beat your competition almost every time. If you call by 8:30 or text by 8:30, you will set your listing appointment while they are still doing the research. Now, if you remove them, you do that by focusing on old expireds because they don't typically do that. If you ask around in your office, how many of you are calling expireds from 2020 or 21? Maybe one agent out of 200 knows about this opportunity. Now you know about it as well. It's golden. Let Landvoice do the job. Again, outsource that type of work of scrubbing. We remove all the foreclosures, actives, unsolds, because you don't want to call on any active listings. You don't want to talk to those hundreds of homeowners that have sold over the last 2 years since their home became expired. That's a lot of work. We also add the phone numbers, the correct phone numbers to it. We have the best database in the industry, the same database that's used by private detectives and attorneys. As a regular agent, you won't have access to that database. Landvoice does because we have tens of thousands of clients. We have 30 years in the industry. We basically screen every client that we have. Actually, they are screened by the association because you had a background check done. That's what we have to prove to our data provider. That's why we can give you those type of phone numbers. And then we make that list exclusive to only one agent per zip code and year. Yes, our old expireds are exclusive to only one agent per zip code and year, so that no other person most likely will call on the same homeowner. Here's a script that you can use. Take a screenshot. You can also download it on our website, landvoice.com/free downloads. Hi, my name is Christoph, and I'm a realtor with EXP Realty. I'd like you. It looks like you tried selling your home all the way back in 2020. I actually specialize in bringing the homes back on the market that didn't sell in that year, and that's my expertise. Did you know how much home prices have risen since you took your home off the market? Have you thought about selling your home again? When were you planning on doing this? Just make it a conversation, right? Don't rattle it off like I'm doing it right now. You want to ask questions, listen to them, pause, and they tell you the story, their sob story sometimes, why their home didn't sell, why COVID kind of scared them and they took it off the market. And oftentimes they tell you, yeah, of course we were putting it back on the market. In fact, do you still think it's still good enough? We're in the middle of summer. And you say, of course it is. I would like to provide you with a free home evaluation. I show you some comparable houses that recently sold in your area. I think you will be very surprised how much you can sell for right now. And yes, summer is the best time to put your home on the market in 2023. So don't be like those agents who say, oh, that sounds great. I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to do that in the fall. Summer is the best time for all expireds. Why? Because we see a lot of the expireds already that are coming on the market right now are actually expireds that expired 2 years ago. Okay, so we know they're coming back. They're finding agents right now. Don't get left behind. Jump on the boat, jump on the ark, be part of the group right now, the Roll Group Global that actually does all expireds. That's a top niche in the industry right now. I'm going to help you with a free lookup. So let's fire the phones up, guys. Get out the phones. text your top 4 zip codes to 801-227-9909. That is my cell phone right here. Okay. And I will do a free lookup for you to see if your zip code is available at Landvoice for the all expired data. I will even let you know if other agents are already working in that area in similar zip codes or close zip codes. I will even tell you if that zip code is a good choice, or if there's another zip code available that is maybe better for all expires, has maybe more leads, more opportunity. So all that lookup I do for free for you. If you don't know the appreciation percentage in the zip code, I even do that lookup for you as well and let you know if that is a high appreciated zip code. Okay, so I'll give you a second here to write down that phone number, and I'm getting a lot of text messages right now. Thank you very much. Okay, now if you want to say, okay, I want to buy that zip code, I want to own it, I don't want it to go to everybody else, but I'm scared because typically, like at Zillow, it costs thousands of dollars to own a zip code. Well, not so at Landvoice. If you own a zip code for all expireds and it's fully scrubbed for you, it's only $250 per zip code a year. And before you say, okay, now let's do it, that's super affordable, let's make it better. I give you a BOGO deal where you can actually, today only, you can get 1 zip code, you get a second for free. So now it only costs you $125 to own a zip code with all the leads. We guarantee a minimum of 25 leads per zip code. If we don't find it in one, we give you another zip code for free anyway. You don't need to pay for it. If we need 3 zip codes to find 25 leads, we give you 3. So that's really what we do exclusively for you. I hope all of you get excited and say, okay, that's something that I can definitely afford and I should afford, because we do have to invest, of course, in our business and not just try to do everything on our own. Now, talking about doing things on our own, that's what for sale by owners are known for, right? They want to do everything on their own. I don't want an agent. I think I can figure that out. I sold my car before on my own, did great. I can sell my house. Well, I love for sale by owners for that reason, okay? Because they're very confident that they can do something. They love to get free resources. Anything that they can get their hands on to sell their home on their own, they take that, and I take advantage of that. I just give them stuff that they can use. I also know that my competition is typically going about getting for sale by owners the wrong way. First of all, they try to find everything on their own, just like for sale by owners do, right? They try to find the leads from forsalebyowner.com. They go to Zillow, they go to different sources, and every day they scrub it against their MLS. And I know, my gosh, that's great. It's putting me ahead because I have Landvoice. They're already behind. They're not going to be first to that for sale by owner. So guys, don't do the research on your own. You will be like everybody else who always gets behind and then gives up on the opportunity of for sale by owners because it's so time consuming. It is so labor intensive to really keep an accurate database of for sale by owners at any point of day. There's a much easier way, as you can imagine, to find for sale by owners. And it doesn't require any time on your own except a couple seconds to log into a Landvoice platform or a similar platform where you find your for sale by owners. Here's what it looks like with Landvoice. You find the platform, you go to Take Me To. Now, instead of clicking on expireds, click on the plus sign, drop-down menu comes down, you click on for sale by owners. Right away, a list populates for the time range that you selected. You will find the phone number, and it is now scrubbed against the do not call registry. And some of you may say, no, that doesn't apply to for sale by owners. You can call them because they advertise the number. Not so. You still cannot call or text numbers on the do not call registry. We show you a different way how you can reach them. That's also very effective. However, we're going to sort those out that you can call. I typically click on price. Now I sort everybody by price and I find $1 million property. That's a for sale by owner first. And that's the one that I'm hitting first. I do those right after my expireds. Also, we scrub them against the MLS. So we see if that for sale by owner now is actually actively listed or expired or canceled, withdrawn, pending, or sold. And that is, of course, huge. You can imagine, I mean, if you're not doing this right now, can imagine how much work it is to scrub hundreds of for sale by owners that you have in a database every day. against the MLS to know the current status. If you don't have that, you call like on 20, 30 for sale by owners and hear constantly, oh yeah, I sold my home. Why are you calling me? Or I'm active with an agent. You're not even supposed to call me, right? So we scrub that all for you. We also give you a time range, how you can search backwards. It used to be, some of you who are always Landvoice already, you know, it used to be 6 months. Because of COVID, we changed that time. Now you can search back 1 year and find hundreds of for sale by owners that still haven't sold. And as you can imagine, if they have been, struggling to sell their home for a year, they are super motivated right now to say, okay, I'm done with that. Let's pick an agent. And a lot of agents don't call them anymore if they're that old. You have now the opportunity to call them and secure that listing. I want to do a free for sale by owner lookup for you and let you know how many for sale by owners you have in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, even up to 1 year back in your top 2 counties. So if you already texted me your zip codes, text me now the top 2 counties, maybe include your name so I know which previous text message that relates to. And if you have more than 2 counties, go ahead and include those as well. That free lookup is something that I do only at this webinar. So that's not something that we typically do at Landvoice. I will do this for you as a courtesy. Okay. Then there are some of you right now who are saying, it doesn't matter to me if I have like hundreds of for sale by owners in my 2 counties. I just don't like them. I'm not calling them because, I heard bad things. Some top agents in my office told me, nah, that's for new agents, or that's for, some other franchises that prey on for sale by owners. That's not us. Don't take that approach at all. Don't listen to those guys. For sale by owners are a huge opportunity because most of them actually will up listing with an agent within 3 to 4 weeks. Here's what NAR tells us. Right now, within 3 to 4 weeks, 91% of for sale by owners end up becoming an agent listed property. I don't even want to wait 3 to 4 weeks. I want to secure that listing right at the beginning. Sometimes I can't do it, I have to wait a little bit, have to be patient. However, I do get a lot of for sale by owners invite me right away to the house if I use the right script. And I'm going to show you what it is. Because if you use the wrong script, if you say, you're a for sale by owner, you should list with an agent, you should list with me, here's why. That's commission breath. And that gets toddler feedback. No matter what you say, how great your marketing plan is, how great your strategy is. No, they just basically plug their ears and say, whatever you have to say, I do it myself. I want to avoid that. You can avoid that feedback simply by adding value. Don't ask for the listing, simply give them something that they want and that something that they don't currently have. So you want to set yourself apart from any other agent. I don't give them an open house invitation because I know other agents are doing that. I don't promise them a CMA because I know other agents are calling with a strategy. So what can I say that solves a problem for them? Right? You have to know the problem of the for sale by owner. You have to be able to present a solution. And the problem that they have, I'll tell you right now what it is. It's a phone number. They're advertising their home with a private cell phone number, and they regret it a day later because their number is now compromised and it's available to anybody on the internet that preys on for sale by owners. And they say, oh my gosh, stupid. I needed a dedicated number to sell my home. Now I know why some people sell with an agent because it's not my number, it's their number. So can I give them their private number for selling the home that basically belongs to them for the duration of selling the home? Absolutely. And here's how I introduce this concept to them. So I call ring, ring. Hi, my name is Christoph. I'm a realtor with EXP Realty. But before you hang up, I'm actually not calling to get a listing from you. In fact, I don't want to sell your house. Disruptive, right? Here's how I continue. On the contrary, I want to give you a 24-hour for sale by owner marketing system absolutely free. And that system will help you to generate more buyers, track all your incoming buyer leads, and never miss an opportunity to follow up. The best part is it even pre-qualifies every buyer for you before you do a showing. So it keeps you safe as you invite people to your home. And I give you that system absolutely free. No contract, nothing to sign. And I know what you're thinking. What is that? That's okay. And then I have to anticipate the objection. The objection is, what's a catch, right? There must be something in it for you. And instead of saying, there's nothing, there's no catch, it's all free for you, I actually say, yes, there is a catch. There's something that I get out of this by giving this for free to you, and you're going to love it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to text you a short 1.5-minute video that will explain exactly what you get out of this free system and how you can get multiple offers in selling your home, and what I get out of this at the other end. So I'm going to play the short video for you now that you text out to your for sale by owners. You know what I actually do, because we have so many for sale by owners, I have an accent. I just like to shoot off a video to them, that gets all their prejudices out of the way, or against agents or against people who have an accent. I simply let them watch a video. And here it is. I'm going to play this for you. It's 1.5 minutes long. Put yourself in the shoes of a for sale by owner. Here we go.
So you want to sell your home on your own? That's great. I bet you've had nonstop calls from real estate agents trying to get you to list your house with them. I'm sorry about that, but don't worry. I'm not trying to get you to list with me. I know that you want to sell your home on your own. Actually, I want to give you something for free that will help you manage all those phone calls and help you sell your home faster and for more money without using a real estate agent. Here's the free program I've put together. First, I will give you a toll-free number to use. You can put that number instead of your personal phone number on everything you use to market your house, like your property flyer, yard signs, social media, and other listing sites. This will help screen unwanted calls, free up your time, and will drive significantly more potential buyers to your property. Next, I will give you a free yard sign with that toll-free number on it and an extension number specific to your house. When a buyer calls the number and enters the extension for your property, they will hear a beautiful description of your home that I'll record for you for free. Then, after the buyer listens to the recording, they will hear your asking price and have the opportunity to press a button to leave a message or speak with you directly to set up a showing or even submit an offer. I will also give you a professionally designed property flyer with the toll-free number and extension I gave you, your photos, and the property description to help you market your house on your own. You can print it or post it to social media sites or use it however you want to help more people see your property. Here's the really cool part about the system. When the caller hangs up after listening to the recording about your house, the system captures their phone number and sends it to you in a text message or an email. Now, if you want to, you can follow up with that potential buyer at the peak of their interest. And you can keep track of how many people are checking out your house. All of this will open your house to many more qualified buyers and help you sell your home on your own faster and for more money. All you need to make this work is your cell phone. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I do all of this for free? Well, since only one buyer can purchase your home, I would like the possibility to work with the rest of the buyers who are looking for something different. I get to help them find other houses in the area. See how this system can help both of us? You get to screen your calls, market your house better, and sell your home on your own, and I get access to more potential buyers and sellers. I'd like to stop by and show you all the free materials and let you listen to the property recording of your home. I've given this system to other for sale by owners, and it's worked out great for both of us. I know you'll love this technology. It's simple, fantastic, and it really works. If you're ready, call or text me and let's get started.
Guys, I cannot tell you enough how amazing that works. I mean, you can see already when you watch the video, it's too much value for them to say, no, I pass on it. I'm going to do all this on my own. It's free. So, and they know they need the technology. They don't want to use their own number anymore. Right at the beginning, when they have that experience, or even when they're older and they say, oh, that was horrible, using my own number, they want to switch over to that free service. And now they can get it. Now, here's a text message that I personally sent out. I put the link there. It actually puts a picture of the video. You can click on it. And typically what the response you get back, is it for real? Or can you come by for a demo? Or are you sure I don't have to sign anything? But people respond and say, okay, this is great. Because why that? Because wholesalers love everything free that they can get their hands on. So that's what I'm doing. Here's again a picture of the sign, the flyer that they can get. I let them listen to the pre-recorded message. They get super excited and I say, I come by, I drop everything off by your house right now. Because my purpose is not really to enable them to sell the home on their own with the technology. It is to get my foot in the door, to get in front of them in person, to drop off the free stuff and develop an unbreakable alliance with them. Make them dependent on me, on that technology that I give them, so that I can actually get the listing within a couple of days when they notice, oh, it's still difficult. It's still not as easy as I thought. I still have questions. And now I have somebody that I trust that I can ask those questions to. So here's a platform, what it looks like when you collect that buyer list. Little trick and tip right now. I don't only use that to screen out the owners that want to go through their house, those that actually don't want to buy the house. I actually use that list to show it to my expireds. I cross that one out that is working with a for-sale owner, if that's what they choose to do. And the rest, I actually take to my expired listing appointments. And when they typically ask me, do you have a buyer? Then I say, well, I know that your previous agent probably said yes, and that it didn't bring by anybody. That's because they're not a buyer's agent, they were a listing agent. I actually have a list of pre-qualified buyers that move into this area. How did you get that? Well, I strategically work with 4 or 5 for-sale owners in your area to get notified of all the buyers that are not interested in their home, but they want to buy some other home in the area. Oh, that's amazing. And they can see the phone numbers are there. You can tell them they're all pre-qualified. And that usually seals the deal, because all they care about is not just having the next agent with a contract. They want to have a buyer, a pre-qualified buyer, and you prove to them right here that you have that list. So here's what the app looks like that you're getting with Landvoice. That app allows you to order your signs, the marketing material, everything is included. You don't pay anything extra. It's unlimited. And you also collect the buyers list on that same app. And you can share that with up to 10 people. I share that with my mortgage lender, so that they get notified of every single buyer lead, so they can pre-qualify those buyer leads for the for-sale owner, but also for me, because I want to have pre-qualified buyers that I have a relationship with. So that is an enormously disruptive product in the market. You can also use it for your own listings, or even for sign writers. Use that number wherever you can, because it's non-confrontational. More people, more buyers will call a non-confrontational number where simply they have to listen to a recording instead of talking to me personally. They don't want to talk to you. Remember that you're a salesperson, so make it easier for them to place that call, and you capture the call anyway. So we are getting towards the end here. Listing source number 4, pre-foreclosures. We're going to go quickly through that, because I appreciate that you have time and you have to make your phone calls this morning. But here's why pre-foreclosures is important right now. They came out of COVID. That lead source came out of COVID, because during COVID, for almost 2 years, they were under a moratorium. Pre-foreclosures, they were issued an NOD, notice of default. They didn't have to worry about anything because they were put in a moratorium for an entire year. Now that doesn't exist anymore. Anybody who gets an NOD, the piper comes to collect, right? So they know it's serious now. We will give you the number, the address, the search criteria, and we scrub it against the do not call registry right here. We give you a date range where you can go back all the way to 2013 if you wish to do so, and collect tens of thousands of pre-foreclosure that ever struggled with a mortgage. Or there may not be a pre-foreclosure anymore, but you know that they have been in financial distress at one point. That is valuable information. I want to let you know how many pre-foreclosures you have right now in your area. So text me those 2 counties if you haven't already done so. If you already texted me your for sale by owner counties, don't worry. I will do both lookups for you, pre-foreclosures and for sale by owners. If you have not texted me yet, now that's your chance. Just text me 2 counties. If you have more than 2 counties, text me another one. And I'll promise you, I get back to you before the end of the day today. Expect a number back from me from an 801 area zip code. So that's not a stranger. That's your friend Christoph now. Okay. I have just a little story. I have a client in Tampa, Florida. She does exactly that. She gets all the pre-foreclosure leads from us, and she put her team on it. And she said, okay, these are amazing. Let's call them and use the right script. She said, I used the wrong script before and I didn't get a lot of listings from pre-foreclosures. Instead, I got a lot of rejections. What I was using was this script. I saw your home is going into foreclosure. Let me help you. Okay, don't do that. And she said, once I changed my script, and I'm going to share the script with you right now. She said, I am now consistently getting 60 transactions closed from pre-foreclosures a quarter, every quarter. And that's in Tampa, Florida. Some of you have even more pre-foreclosures than she does. Okay, so pick a niche, focus on it, and be diligent. My strategy is to diversify. Half an hour expireds, half an hour for sale by owners, and then 15 minutes I call on pre-foreclosures. Here's a script that you can use. It's a neighborhood search script. Hi, I'm calling everybody in my neighborhood right now because home prices are up. And I was just wondering, if you were offered the right price for your home, would you be willing to sell? So Christina, my client, said that changed everything. And now that script is going around the whole country. People are using it and saying, okay, great. And now you have to approach pre-foreclosures like a regular neighbor. And that's really the only difference that it makes between getting a listing appointment and not getting one. Here's another script. I know your home isn't for sale right now, but have you ever thought about selling? They're going to think that you can read their mind. How do they know? We were just fighting about it or thinking about it or blaming each other for being our home in pre-foreclosure. And we thought about, what is our home worth? Should we sell? And you can give them the good news, how much the home is worth. And you don't even tell them that you know that that you ever knew they were on pre-foreclosure list. I have a special video recorded for you at this download link for how to work with pre-foreclosures and get the most amount of listings. Some of you may be wondering, how many transactions is an average Landvoice client getting a month from all those lead sources? It's about 2 to 5 transactions. I have one client, she said, I get 10 listings in a week with Landvoice. Okay, that's in Kansas City. Guys, if that can be done in Kansas City, it can be done in many parts of the country. Even if you just do a fraction of that, if you just do 1 listing appointment a week and turn that into a transaction, it will already be life-changing. Now, the second part of our presentation, it's going to be very quick because geofarming is a tool how you can turn a listing that you got into 2 or more. You can double or triple it simply with targeted geofarming. The reason why is because listings have babies, and a listing has a baby in a 1.5-mile radius among about 500 homes. It is everywhere where somebody hears about a real estate transaction. I'm sure you heard about this phenomenon. Now take advantage of it. It doesn't have to be your listing. It can be your competition's listing. Just circle prospect around that listing and watch the magic happen as buyers and sellers pop up and say, well, if that happened in this neighborhood, in our neighborhood, I can do it too. Or I want to have my folks, they're aging. I want to have them close by. I want to have them move into this duplex in our neighborhood or whatever it is. So we give you a tool that helps you to connect with those neighbors, because obviously you don't have the phone numbers for everybody in your neighborhood. If you do, it's not updated. It's a couple of years old. It's not scrubbed against a do not call. Not everybody opted in. So we give you a tool that changes all of that. I'm going to show you a short video. It's 1 minute long that shows you what our neighborhood search tool does for you to connect with up to 3,000 neighbors every month. Here we go.
It takes a lot of work to become the trusted real estate agent in the neighborhood. You really need to know a lot about the area and be connected with everyone. That's easy with the new neighborhood search from Landvoice. Neighborhood search makes it simple to create prospecting and marketing lists in specific neighborhoods to build connections, establish trust, and fill your sales pipeline with potential buyers and sellers. In just a few clicks, you'll have a list of homeowner names, addresses, property details, and phone numbers, so you can do what you do best: connect. You'll see if it's a home and mobile number, and all phone numbers on the National Do Not Call Registry are indicated. Use the built-in search filters to narrow your search to specific types of properties or property features to help you focus your time on the properties or homeowners that matter to you most right now. Neighborhood search is perfect for finding new clients and for finding current contact information to reconnect with your past clients. Use neighborhood search to create targeted mailing lists to let neighbors know of your new listings or properties you just sold, to advertise your open houses or for branding campaigns. Use it to identify new buyers, sellers, and investors to build your sphere of influence in a specific neighborhood. You can even export your lists and add them to your favorite CRM, marketing system, or mailing tool. Organize your list right in the application. Use notes, tags, and favorites to keep track of your interactions and your follow-ups. Landvoice Neighborhood Search arms you with the data you need to become the trusted real estate expert in your neighborhood.
Guys, data is power, right? The more data you have for your neighborhood, the more you will dominate your market. Okay, you probably heard this before. Your database is your business. If you have a poor database or inaccurate database, an outdated database, your business will suffer. If you have a strong database, you're going to dominate that area, especially if you have now access to 3,000 search results with phone numbers anywhere in the United States. We don't make a geographic boundary and say, oh, only allowed to search in your top 2 or 3 counties. You can search anywhere. That helps you oftentimes to actually help clients who want to move somewhere else into a neighborhood, and you call those neighbors, find out what's available anywhere in the United States. If you're a brand new agent or you want to develop a new farm, it's all about the selection. Find an area that has a 6% turnover rate and start with 500 homes, because now you're talking to 30 homeowners who will potentially buy or sell within that year. That's what a 6% turnover rate means. Neighborhood search will give you all the contact information for all those neighbors, especially valuable in a new subdivision, or if you just moved into your area and you don't know anybody. Now you can start with a neighborhood and know everybody in there, connect with them. So we now talked about 5 lead sources. We talked about expireds, for sale by owners, pre-foreclosures, old expireds, and geo-farming your neighbors. We also talked about call capture, how you have this amazing opportunity to now give away free technology that is a multi-million-dollar technology to especially for sale by owners to get them on board and get your foot in the door. Every great webinar, in my opinion, should have a great offer. Okay, I don't have you for 1 hour or over 1 hour with me without giving you great value. So what I would like you to have, if you don't have it already, is access to our elite bundle, to all those lead sources. The expireds, the for sale by owners, 2 counties, pre-foreclosures, again, 2 counties, neighborhood search, unlimited call capture. And if you look at our website and the training, we include the training as well. We don't charge for that. It is normally $2,000 a year. And I don't have to tell you that the first listing will pay for this. You guys are smart, right? You know that when you get 1 listing from out of those, that will pay for those $2,000 for years to come. I'm going to make it better for you, especially because I know everybody is on a budget right now, and I want to reward you for being on the webinar. So that is something that we typically don't do. We take $700 off for 7 of you. We always limited our offers. We don't want to swamp the market. So $1,297 for an entire year. You save $700, and all you got to do is text me the word ELITE, 801-227-9909. Okay, I hope all of you are seeing the value in that and saying, okay, that is better than what I got last time at Landvoice, or I don't see how that can be any lower. Well, I'm gonna make it even better for you right now. I give you a bonus. So I give you an old expired zip code for free. And why am I doing this? It's because I want you to actually experience that you can get a listing out of every zip code that you prospect in for old expireds. Once your eyes are open to that, you're gonna do all the zip codes. So I'm gonna throw in an old expired zip code, which is normally $250. You know that we have the BOGO deal. So you can do the BOGO deal, or you can get a free old expired zip code for the first 7 of you who do the ELITE bundle. And now you save $950. And the same thing, just text me the word ELITE. The first 7 get that free old expired zip code, and all the features like expireds, for sale by owners, pre-foreclosures, neighborhood search, and call capture. I give you a second bonus. So you get all of that, what I just mentioned, plus your old expired zip code. And I give you 2 additional counties. Now we are doubling the counties where you're prospecting in. No other Landvoice client has this opportunity, okay? Double the counties means double the listing opportunities. So I'm gonna take all the stops out, and we're gonna save you $1,150. Text the word ELITE, and you qualify for that. And third, I'm gonna give you something amazing. I give you a free bonus book. So you get your zip code, the old expired zip code, for free. You get all the Landvoice bundle for $700 off, and you get 10 listings in 7 days. This is gonna really change your marketing game, because you can follow a very simple step-by-step process, how you can do what our clients have done. Get a listing appointment every single day. Make your hour or 2 hours or 3 hours that you prospect in the morning count. Make it work. The role play will help you as well, especially if both of you are on Landvoice and you ask each other, what are you doing and what's working for you right now? Did you get your listing appointment today? How is your script? So here's my text message again, where you can text me. 7 lucky of you will get this huge bundle discounts today, those exclusive bundles that I'm going to do for you today. Our website is landvoice.com. I also want to reward you for doing a little survey. You can get an Amazon gift card one. Go to landvoicetraining.com/survey, and you will be entered in the drawing. And with that, guys, Jeff and Shane, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with you in the last hour. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Guys, let's take a minute here. Give them a round of applause. First off, I know you guys are in Utah.
Thank you.
It's early over there. You guys are like 2 hours behind. So thank you for making the time for us. Thank you for really going through everything. We absolutely love Landvoice. It's what we use for everything. And it's gotten so many listings. It's not even funny. Like, this got us a new listing last month. It got us our biggest listings last year. So tons of value. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you making the time. Appreciate you making it happen. Great job, the presentation, amazing job breaking down everything. And what a deal. It's amazing. When you really break down the numbers, comes out to $325, $350 a day to get listings.
$3.50 a day. That's right. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. It's a no-brainer, really. I hope that I made it really exciting for everybody, because it is a game changer.
Guys, can you sacrifice your Starbucks to get a listing every day? Can you guys do that? $3.25. That's actually cheaper than Starbucks. $3.25.
I'm about to say, what Starbucks do you get for $3.25, man? I need to go to the one you're going to.
Hey, is there any question that while I have a couple of you still on the call?
Yeah, let's take some questions, and then Chris, can you throw the last slide back up, the one with the final price and the package that they received, in case anyone wants to
Absolutely.
photo
For
of
sure.
that.
But guys, like take advantage of this. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone has these deals. I mean, you saw it, right? It's exclusive. Even in here, it's exclusive. It's not even available to everyone in this call, right? So like,
That's right.
if you
Yeah.
guys are working on getting listings, like, here's a tool. We use it. Jeff uses it. Clearly it works. So, it's just about you guys putting in the work, like take action on this. You're saving $1,100 like on this deal. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Just a quick, maybe it's motivational to some of you, especially the way of tackling for silver owners. I had one client, he described it like, if you give them a free call capture, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. You get more for silver owners saying, I want that for free, than you want to give it out. I just actually limit it to 4. Once I have 4 for silver owners that I typically get within a week, I stop. I don't even offer it anymore because I cannot handle more, because most of them turn into listings. Okay, so you have to be also smart. Don't overwhelm yourself, because you have to fulfill on your promises. Okay, and not every for sale owner, for instance, turns into a listing, but out of 4, you will typically get 2 that end up listing with you. A quick story. I actually went to one the other day, and she said, I want the free stuff, right? So I came by and I said, okay, here's your free sign. Here's a recording. She loved it. And then as soon as I showed my own sign, because I always bring my own sign, she said, tell me about that. And since I have you here, then I say, well, if you want that sign, that's of course a listing contract, but let me show you what I do. And I spent like 10 minutes doing a short listing presentation. And at the end of that, she said, okay, let's go with that. What I did not know about her is that has been so frustrating. And she saw herself again for another 3 weeks struggling to talk to buyers. And she said, I don't want to do that anymore. And when I told her in my listing presentation that her house I should be getting offers within a week, she said, okay, let's do that. So sometimes don't tell them, oh yeah, you have to use it for 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. It happens right then at the kitchen table. So be prepared for that.
I mean, there you go, guys.
Yeah,
It's easy. It makes it easy.
yeah. We don't have to make life harder than it has to be. I know, just let some expert help you sometimes, and you make your life a lot easier, especially the first 2 hours that sometimes we dread those, right? Oh, I have to make cold calls. You don't have to start out the hard way. Just offer some free stuff. Even to expireds, we give you a special video. I wasn't able to show that. I text them a video that shows them what I do different. And that is easy, right? I mean, anybody can text, and out of sending text messages, 10 messages, number wise, you should be getting 1 back that says, okay, that sounds great. Send me more, tell me more. Can we schedule an appointment? So keep it fun. Change things up in the morning. Don't just call, text as well. Give away free stuff. We give you all of these opportunities at Landvoice, and it's easy. Anybody can do it. You can be a new agent, and you pick the stuff that works for you. Great. So thank you. Is there any particular question that you guys have?
I just want to say one thing real quick too. And if you guys were, paying attention throughout this call, the focus was on providing value, not, attacking for listings, right? Provide the value, the listings come to you, right? That's the name of the game. Always, always, always provide more value than the others. You win out 100% of the time. That's just how it goes, right? So I love the focus on providing value, not only to the FSBOs, but to expireds too, like just starting off with that, hey, here's what's going on. Like, just want to make sure you're aware, providing that value right off the rip. I love it. It's a great strategy, super effective too, because clearly it works, right? Like you guys saw the examples, you just heard his example. So.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I think it's great what you guys are doing with the role play. Keep it up. And if you need me back in the future, happy to do so. We can focus on another topic, but we provide free training throughout the year.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Any final questions? 8:42 or 7:42 if you're in Texas with us. Chris and Kristen, thank you so much for being here. Guys, we have the tools. Go purchase the product if you haven't just yet. And let's get on the phones. Catch you guys back here tomorrow, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Let's go be great.
Hey,
And-
we're practicing those scripts. Hope everyone wrote them down or took pictures. Hope you're ready.
There you go. All right. All right.
See everybody
You
tomorrow.
guys-
Thanks, guys. Chris, Kristen, thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow morning.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.